If you look around you right now, wherever you are, at home, at work, or even on the street, you'll probably see something with the label, Made in China. Most of the things you use daily, your office supplies, paper, phone, laptop, and other essential devices, are likely made in China. Strangely enough, this label, despite being so common, is often associated with low quality. Many people think that anything made in China doesn't last long and breaks easily. But here's the question. Does made in China automatically mean the product is bad? Why do we link Chinese products with being unreliable? And how can we, as consumers, judge the quality of a Chinese-made product? Welcome to Answerland. In this episode, we're answering the question, why do we blame China for bad quality products? Before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode.
Hello there.
To get the full picture, we need to explore how China took over the global market. Today, China is the top manufacturing powerhouse in the world. It's the leading competitor that challenges industrial giants like the USA, Germany, India, and others. In terms of exports, China ranks #1 globally, no competition. So how did this industrial empire begin? How did China rise to this level of global dominance? At the end of the last century, a man named Deng Xiaoping ruled China. And he was a major turning point in the country's history. He started radically transforming China's economy, sending delegations to Western countries to study engineering, economics, and modern management methods to develop the Chinese economy. He relied on a group of experts to solve problems and improve the country. Under his leadership, China shifted from a purely agricultural society to an industrial and tech-focused powerhouse. He also opened the country to foreign investments, and during his rule, China-US relations reached their best level in decades. Today, it's safe to say China produces everything you can imagine, from a needle to a rocket, as the saying goes. What sets China apart is that it can make anything tailored to your budget. If you've got $1, you'll find a product. If you've got $1 million, you'll find something too. And that's the key to understanding quality. So does that mean there are high-quality Chinese products? Absolutely. Some might even be better than European-made ones. It all depends on what you're willing to pay. Some may ask, if China can make excellent products, why do we mostly find poor quality ones in stores? Well, if we look at it from another angle, we'll see it's not China's fault, but rather consumer behavior. The issue doesn't lie in Chinese manufacturing. The presence of low-quality products doesn't mean Chinese industry is bad. It just means China manufactures what suits the economic needs of the buyer. And since many economies are struggling or in developing stages, consumers are seeking the cheapest options, even if that means sacrificing quality. This leads importers to order low-cost products that suit those markets. As a result, people start to believe that anything made in China is automatically poor quality. But if we examine what China exports to Western and European countries, we find the best, highest quality products. In fact, many people would be surprised to learn that most major global brands in tech, fashion, transportation, and more manufacture their products in China. For example, top fashion brands like Prada, Furla, Balenciaga, sneakers like Nike. And in electronics, Toshiba, HP, even Apple, all manufacture in China. It's now rare to find a major global brand that doesn't make its products in China. Which brings up the big question. Why do international companies build factories in China? Why China, specifically? The answer is simple. Cheap labor and lower rental costs. It's hard to find this combination anywhere else. Plus, China has a massive population, around 1.4 billion people. That makes it a huge market that investors can't ignore. They can even sell products within China before exporting them abroad. No other country offers this kind of opportunity. And that's why anyone looking to expand their business goes straight to China. Another major factor behind the spread of Chinese products is the Chinese currency, the yuan. It's very cheap compared to other currencies. And this is no accident. China intentionally keeps its currency low to attract traders and investors from around the world. For example, if someone in Europe produces a product for €1, that same euro could produce 5 of the same product in China. This also applies to other countries. The yuan remains cheaper, which pulls importers toward China. This is one reason why Western industrial powers, especially the US, often accuse China of unfair competition and currency manipulation. In short, Chinese products aren't all low quality. That's just a myth. China is fully capable of producing extremely high-quality items. The choice is yours, the consumer. But in reality, many importers go to China and say to the factory, "I want this product at the lowest cost possible." So the factory uses cheaper materials, simpler designs, and lower-cost labor, all to maximize the importer's profit. So really, we owe an apology to the phrase "made in China." We've been unfair, blaming it for bad quality, when the real issue lies with those who prioritize profit over quality. Just like you may have a cheap mug in your kitchen labeled "Made in China" that breaks easily, there are also luxury brands like Apple that proudly write, "Designed by Apple in California, assembled in China." And that's our answer today to the question, why do we blame China for bad quality products? If you're watching this channel for the first time, welcome. Here on Answerland, we answer the questions that might pop into your head at any moment. As always, if you've got a question, leave it in the comments. We'll answer it in a future video. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share. For new viewers, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. See you in the next one.
Bye, have a great time.